Did you know that before Justin Trudeau, his father Pierre Trudeau encouraged and emboldened Sikh extremists in Canada with devastating consequences not only for India but for Canada as well? Pierre Trudeau was the Prime Minister of Canada twice, once in the 1970s and then from 1980 to 1984. In the year 1982, the Indian government, then led by Indira Gandhi, made an extradition request to Canada, saying that a man called Talvinder Singh Parmar should be extradited to India. Talvinder Singh Parmar was one of the founders of Babbar Khalsa, a Sikh separatist outfit. He was born in Punjab in 1944 and in 1970 he moved to Canada and became a Canadian citizen. But he kept coming to India, and in the year 1978 he, along with Sukhwinder Singh Babbar, founded the Babbar Khalsa. In the year 1982, Talvinder Singh claimed responsibility for the killing of a journalist and a former MP and MLA in Punjab. In 1982, he was wanted for the killings of 2 police officers in Punjab, and it was in relation to this case that the Indian government sought his extradition from Canada, and specifically from the Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau. What was Trudeau's reply? It was astonishing. He said that Talvinder Singh could not be extradited to India because India was not adequately respectful towards the Queen. So his argument was that while India recognized the Queen as the head of the Commonwealth, India did not recognize her as the head of state, and that is why the rules of the extradition treaty did not apply in this case, and Talvinder Singh could not be extradited to India. As a result of this protection that Pierre Trudeau offered to Talvinder Singh started preparing for a major bomb attack. India kept on telling Canada that something was being planned on Canadian soil. Something really major was being planned against India on Canadian soil. In 1984, Operation Blue Star happened in India, where the Indian Army entered the holy shrine of the Sikhs. And later that year, in October 1984, India's then Prime Minister, Indira Gandhi, was assassinated by her own 2 Sikh bodyguards. After that tragedy, Rajiv Gandhi took over as the Prime Minister. The very next year, in 1985, India sent more and more alerts to Canada about activities being planned on Canadian soil against India. And specifically, on the 1st of June 1985, India sent a message saying that Sikh elements in Canada were planning an airline attack. This was fairly specific, but the warnings were not really adequately heeded. And on the 23rd of that month, on the 23rd of June 1985, an Air India plane on its way from Toronto to India with a stopover planned in London exploded off the coast of Ireland mid-air. The explosion took place because of a bomb that had been placed in a suitcase that was taken on board the plane. The interesting thing was that while the suitcase went onto the plane, the passenger who actually had checked in that suitcase did not board the plane at all. At the same time as this blast took place, another blast took place at Tokyo airport, in which 2 baggage handlers were killed at the airport itself. It later turned out that the same group had planned the second blast, and this bomb, which exploded in the baggage at Tokyo airport, was to be put onto an Air India flight to Bangkok. So there were simultaneous attacks that had been planned. Talvinder Singh Parmar was arrested a few months after the attack, and 3 other people were arrested. One of them was Inderjit Singh Rayat, and 2 other people. Eventually, when the case was decided decades later, Talvinder Singh was freed. He was not held guilty in the case at all. And Inderjit Singh Rayat was the only man who was held guilty, and he was sentenced to 9 years in prison. But after he had spent only 1/3 of his prison term, he was freed from jail. The other 2 people were acquitted for absence of evidence. Talvinder Singh later in the early 1990s tried to enter India through Pakistan, and he did enter, but he was shot dead by Punjab police in 1992. But there was no real closure for the victims of the Kanishka bombing because most of the accused in the case were freed, including Talvinder. So it is in this manner that Pierre Trudeau, Justin Trudeau's father, enabled and emboldened Sikh separatist elements and actually enabled an anti-India conspiracy on Canadian soil, a conspiracy which had disastrous consequences for India as well as for Canada because it resulted in one of the biggest terror attacks in the world. Thank you. This is Vaibhav Purandare here. If you still haven't subscribed to my channel, please do, and please press the bell button so that you get notifications on my latest videos. Thank you so much.